Let's have a sketchbook session together, guys. I'll be sketching with one color, like you see here. I'll be drawing a dynamic pose from the beginning using this dark brown that I got recently, and also I'll show you how I color some of my sketches. I bought this pencil back in September, but I'm not really happy with it because the tip of the pencil breaks quite easily, and it doesn't allow me to have the details that I like in these little sketches. I like to have very clean lines, and I end up with a not very sharp pencil. But I don't like to throw things away, so I'm gonna use it anyways until it's completely dead. Now let's talk about sketchbook practice being an artist. This changes a lot depending if you are an art student, an amateur artist, or a professional one. My advice for art students and amateur artists is to practice on the sketchbook as much as possible and not worry about doing clean lines or perfecting things. Just practice. I see the sketchbook more like a place to explore, experiment, and get better at drawing. A comment that I see often in my social media posts is, "Oh, how clean your lines are, how do you do it?" And I can feel the pressure of young artists trying to have that kind of way of drawing or skills, and it's a matter of practice. It's a practice. I've been for many years drawing, so you're not gonna get this from one day to the next one. And also, you should not compare yourself with others. The way you draw also says a lot about who you are as a person and what kind of character you have and what things you like. So just go with the flow of the growth of your own style of drawing using the tools, the pencil in this case, and just accept who you are and how you draw in different stages in your life. And I believe that it is also important to accept that there are days that you're gonna draw better than others, because maybe that day you're more fresh, your brain is more sharp, your eyes are more rested, so you have all the combination to have a really good drawing session. And some other days maybe you're not, your brain is not all there, or you have some emotional thing going on. And it's also like we need to accept that we are not robots, we're humans, and not everything is gonna be the way we want and perfect. No matter if we are professional artists or not, we all have bad days. We all have bad times, like for a period of time you don't get to draw how you wish, or you made a lot of mistakes because maybe something else is going on in your life and it's not the right time for you to be a pro. In regards of what things you draw or how often you draw on your sketchbook, I think it's also very personal. I think it's important to understand what things you know how to draw already very well, and try to practice on your sketchbook things that you really like. So no matter if you draw them very well, it really sparks joy in you. Or you need to really develop certain skills in certain subjects that you haven't practiced that much. So you need to draw things that you are not used to drawing. And in terms of how often, obviously my advice for students or amateurs is to practice every day. If you can, even if it's just for 5 minutes. This drawing that I'm making, it takes me just a few minutes. So even if it's small, like a thumbnail, it is improving little by little. When you're a professional artist, obviously the time of sketching depends a lot on your workload, and also your practice as an artist, because we are very different and we have different tastes and we have different rhythms. So we need to as well accept who we are and not pretend to be someone else's or copy someone else's in the way their practice in the art studio is. In my case, I like to begin my day in the studio by doing a warm-up like this, a few minutes it takes me just to warm up my hand, to get my brain fresh and ready to concentrate on what I'm gonna do during the day, which is creating. Also, I like to stick to Fridays to have like a longer drawing session in my sketchbook, to put some ideas about illustrations or just some creative random doodles that happen in my brain, or things that I enjoy drawing and make me feel good to end the week on a good note. I'm speeding the video slightly in case you are a bit bored already of seeing it in real time. This drawing took me around 8 minutes. I like to put my clock to also not overpass the time. I'm used to this practice from my fine arts studies. It's a very good practice that I recommend to everyone. Maybe you can begin with 15 and then go down to 10, and then just take out minutes until you end up with 1 minute. It helps a lot your brain to resolve problems and shapes and lines very, very quickly. I like to set up this practice with my college students, and it is challenging, especially at that age, but I think it's really, really good to develop quickly these kind of habits. They tend to feel stressed at the beginning, but then they understand that it's not about perfectionism. It's about quick problem solving of the brain. We pose ourselves as models in turns, and it is really quite fun. I love those kind of sessions. And now let's add some color. This is one of the kind of practices that I told you that I enjoy having on Fridays, which is just chilling, coloring some of my line drawings. I'm not thinking here about composition or final artwork or anything. I'm just enjoying. It's kind of a meditative practice to end some of my weeks, and I hope you enjoy with me this kind of little drawing session on my sketchbook, guys. Thank you for watching.